Hello guys and welcome again to this channel. My name is Idikano. This is Isaac News and I am your host. Today we're going to be looking at Nigeria's diaspora remittance. So diaspora community are basically those people of a country living in another country. And for us in Nigeria, you have to live in Europe to qualify as diaspora or Asia or USA. So we're going to talk about Nigeria's diaspora remittance, which basically means the amount of money that Nigerians abroad have been sending back home to help boost the economy. So I'd like you to, pick your pen and your book, your daughter, get ready to write down some very amazing figures and enjoy this video. So moving on, Nigeria's diaspora remittance rise 20.3% to $5.16 billion in the first quarter of this year. So in the first quarter, between January and April in 2022, about $5.16 billion have been remitted into the Nigerian economy by Nigerians living abroad. Okay, this is not an easy thing to do. If you've earned money at all in this life, you find that it's not so easy to give and to give to a cause that may not be yours. Okay, these guys are remitting the money into the physician account in the central bank that can help to sustain our foreign reserve and also help to meet the demand for FX, because there's a lot of demand for dollar right now in the economy and we don't have it in surplus. So that will now result in very high naira dollar exchange rates, and then people will be suffering to do trade on the international market. So when these guys remit dollar into the economy, it helps to mitigate this and also to provide money to carry out some very costly or expensive projects. So Nigeria's remittance continued its upward trend in the first quarter of this year, 2022, rising by about 20.3% to $5.16 billion from $4.29 billion in the same period under review. So in the first quarter of 2021, what came in was about $4.29 billion. And in the first quarter of 2022, what has come in is about $5.16 billion. This is a huge one. So data from the central bank shows that remittances have been increasing. There was a sharp decline in the year 2020 because of the lockdown. So due to the lockdown, the global lockdown we experienced in 2020, there was a sharp decline in remittance from diaspora into the Nigerian economy. But when lockdown was called off from the fourth quarter of 2020, it began to rise and has been rising since then. So currently, we have about, let's say, about $20 billion have been remitted in the past, I think, 5 years into the Nigerian economy. So this is a very good one from our guys abroad. So all of you that are jackpine anyhow going down there, see, better know that there is a naira for dollar exchange rate that has been set up by the Central Bank of Nigeria in order to encourage Nigerians abroad to send money back home. So if you're even looking closely at the trends right now on the European scene, you see that more and more the economy is becoming very volatile and very unstable. There's threat of nuclear war, there's nuclear war threat, there's a lot of economic meltdown threats, there's a lot of globalist threat that is ravaging Europe right now, and a lot of Europeans are looking for an alternative. So Africa is a new alternative zone for most of these places because Africa right now is very stable and there is no threat of war or anything of any such anytime soon. So it is a good time to earn abroad and build a base for yourself back home, because a time is coming when you may need to run back home. Imagine if this war now goes nuclear. You wouldn't have time to pack your stuff. You just have to run as fast as you can back to your home base. So whether you're a Nigerian or you're an African listening to this video, it is important that you salvage whatever you can and send money back home to build a support structure that would help you and your family and your country in the long run. Because even Europeans are telling themselves that very difficult days are coming for the European nation and for the European, economy. So in the first 6 months of this year, we have actually attracted $10.1 billion in diaspora remittance. Okay, so I said earlier that in the first quarter, the first 4 months, what did we get? we got about 5.16 billion from diaspora. But in 6 months, just add 2 months more, we got 10.1 billion from the diasporan community. So I recently watched a video on YouTube where a particular group, a fundraiser group in USA, do not send money to the CBN account for diaspora remittance. Instead, they come down to Nigeria and they build because of their fears of mismanagement of funds by the government. So even if you're not feeling, if you don't feel safe that the money you send back will be used properly, you can partner with some NGOs right here in Nigeria. Look for people who are trying to do legit work in building the economy and support them so that you can see where your money is actually going to. So this particular fundraiser group came and built state-of-the-art schools and enrolled teachers and has been paying for and have been paying this teacher's salary for months now. So this school is running for free and hundreds of students are being enrolled in this school for free and is being run through diaspora, remittance. So this is a very good one. So this is part of the reason why I even encourage people to run outside the country, which has been very unhealthy, especially in the production sector of our Nigerian economy. So in the medical sector, there's a lot of deficit of doctors and nurses and other medical related officers because of seeking greener pastures in other countries, and they leave your country in wreck and in misery. So I am very against doctors running away because we need them. But people who run away, a good reason to move away can be that you intend to send something back home. Okay, but that's not enough reason. Okay, they just build. The European mentality is that they have no way to run to. So when things are bad where they are, they die there. They sit there and try to solve it. While the African mentality is that greener pastures exist in Europe. So when Nigeria becomes a failed state or Africa is failing, you run away. And when you run, who do you now leave to build? You leave people who are, who have less intellectual skill, who are less exposed to the intricacies of the economy and of government or governance. And maybe you now leave lower grade human beings to run the economy and you expect things to be better. So when our top guys with very high IQ run away, who will now build? So please, this is me just adjuring us that we should try our best to visit Europe, like go there, okay, with the intention of sending money and coming back to build your home, because like they say, there is no place like home.